Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling something we all struggle with: how to actually win the morning. We're going to break down the science of waking up and look at some proven strategies to help you conquer the day before it even really starts.
So let's just ask it. Why is it so ridiculously hard sometimes? If you've ever felt like your morning is just this epic battle against your own body, well, you are definitely not alone. And it turns out the fix isn't just about having more willpower, it's about understanding your biology. Okay, so let's dive right into that fearing, that sense of dread, the exhaustion, that fog you feel when the alarm blares. It's a universal experience, right? And man, this comment from a Reddit user just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It perfectly captures that physical struggle. It's not just about being tired, it's a full body thing that can feel totally overwhelming. Well, that groggy, can't think straight feeling, it actually has a scientific name. It's called sleep inertia. And according to the Cleveland Clinic, it's a totally normal but, yeah, super frustrating state where your brain is basically still half asleep even though your eyes are open. And if you wake up from a really deep sleep, it can feel 10 times worse. So, if we're not just being lazy, what is actually going on? Well, the key isn't to try and fight that feeling of sleep inertia head on. The real secret is to understand and work with the powerful biological system that's running the whole show behind the scenes. And this right here, this is a total game changer. Instead of trying to force yourself awake with sheer will, the goal is to gently guide your body's own natural programming to do all the heavy lifting for you. Believe it or not, tucked away deep inside your brain is this tiny but incredibly powerful structure. Research from the National Library of Medicine calls the SCN your body's master clock. And its job is to listen to signals from the outside world, mostly light, to keep your entire system running on a 24-hour schedule. We're talking hormones, body temperature, the whole shebang. So how exactly does this master clock, well, keep time? The SCN is like the conductor of a delicate orchestra in your body, and it mainly uses two key hormones to manage your entire sleep-wake cycle. I want you to stop thinking of your morning as a fight. Instead, picture it like a hormonal dance. You've got melatonin, that's the hormone of darkness, right? It rises in the evening and tells your body, hey, it's time to wind down. Then you've got cortisol, the hormone of light. It's supposed to spike right after you wake up, giving you that jolt of energy and focus. So how do we become the DJ for this hormonal dance? How do we get them on our schedule? It's actually surprisingly simple. The single most powerful way is getting light, specifically sunlight, first thing in the morning. That is the loud, clear wake-up call your master clock, your SCN, has been waiting for. And what's wild is how fast this works. According to sources like the Sleep Foundation, even just a few minutes of morning light kicks off this incredible chain reaction. It slams the brakes on melatonin production, signals for that get-up-and-go cortisol to be released, and basically sets your internal clock perfectly for the next 24 hours. All right, so we've got the why down, right? We know the biology of waking up. Now let's get super practical with the how. It's time to actually design a morning routine that sets you up to win. A really popular framework for this comes from author Robin Sharma, and he calls it the victory hour. It's simple. You structure the first 60 minutes of your day into 3 20-minute chunks. 20 minutes to move your body, 20 minutes to reflect with something like journaling, and 20 minutes to grow your mind by reading or listening to something. And you see these same ideas pop up again and again in the habits of super successful people. They eat the frog, that's a Mark Cuban thing, where they tackle their hardest task first, leveraging that natural morning cortisol spike. They start the day with a tiny, easy win, like making the bed, which Tim Ferriss advocates for because it gives you an immediate little dopamine hit. Or they tame the inbox, a Warren Buffett rule, to protect that peak morning focus from distraction. And this is really the most important part of all of this. It is not about having one perfect, heroic morning. It's all about consistency. It's those small daily improvements that feel like nothing at the time. That's what adds up to massive, staggering results down the road. Okay, but let's be real for a second. All the science and all the perfect routines in the world, they don't matter if you can't get out of bed in the first place, right? What about that moment? That critical instant when the alarm rings, you know what you should do, but your body just will not move? Well, there's a tool for that too. It's a ridiculously simple but brilliant brain hack from author Mel Robbins. See, by counting backward from 5, you interrupt that loop of hesitation and overthinking. You're basically creating a launch sequence that shoves you into action before your brain has a chance to talk you out of it. So the moment that alarm goes off, don't think, don't negotiate, just start the countdown. 5. 4. You're taking back control from that part of your brain that just wants to stay comfortable. 3. You can feel that little shift, that activation energy starting to build.
2. Get ready to physically move your body.
1. Go. Physically launch yourself out of that bed.
And that's what this is all about, really. Mastering your morning isn't just about being more productive. It's about building the courage, 5 seconds at a time, to actually show up for your own life. So the only question left is, what are you going to do with your next 5 seconds?